Hey guys, I'm Becky from BBReview and welcome to another reading vlog. As you guys can tell from the title, this is going to be a vlog and review vlog, which means I have one book that I'm going to be reading that I was sent for review, and we'll be talking about it while reading it and then giving it my final thoughts. This will not have spoilers, so I will do my best to try to be as vague as possible if there's something specific that I need to talk about, but just know that if you are interested in reading this book, that you can go ahead and watch this vlog beforehand, as I will not spoil anything for you. So the book that I'll be reading in this vlog is Confessions of a Bookaholic by Joslyn Westbrook. The audiobook copy of this book was kindly sent to me by Audiobook Award, and I'm excited but a little nervous to get into this book. So for one, let's go ahead and talk about the cover. I am not a huge fan of the cover. I feel like this cover looks like stereotypical college schoolgirl porn meets blow-up doll. She has a whole lot of makeup on, she's got the pigtails, glasses, and then her mouth is open for some reason. I think it's supposed to look like shock because of the description, but I'm just not a fan. I don't like the cover. But the description I do like. This book is about a girl who keeps a digital diary, and she's also a book blogger, and one day she accidentally publishes her digital diary online publicly. Now the problem is, in this diary she confesses to having feelings for her roommate. She is in love with him. She's always been in love with him, and he doesn't know this, and the worst part is that he just got engaged and it's not to her. So we have this forced living situation, but yet they are willing roommates, and now the secret comes out. On top of that, he's already with somebody. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to play out. I really hope that I do like the audiobook, and I hope that I end up really liking the story. I'm trying not to be a cover judger in terms of content. So I'm about to start the audiobook right now, and I will let you guys know what I think. Okay, so I've literally just started the audiobook and I already have a couple of thoughts. Number one, it sounds like it's going to have two narrators, one for the girl and then one for the guy. So I'm assuming we're also going to have alternating POV, which I am a huge fan of. So far I have heard the woman's voice and I really like it. So that is a good sign. I also really like that she is performing the audio. She's not just reading it. So I hate to say it so early, but I have a good feeling about this book. Okay, so I am about to stop listening for right now because I have some things that I need to get done today, but I'm currently almost halfway through the book. I did forget to tell you guys that it is only 262 pages, so it is a relatively short book. So far, guys, I am loving this book. It is so good. I am really hoping that this turns into like a series and we learn about more characters, but if not, I'm definitely going to check out more by this author. This book is written so freaking well, and it is pretty fast-paced. It kind of has to be with it being on the shorter side, but it doesn't feel fast-paced in a way that it's rushed. It feels really genuine, and even though I just met these characters, I'm so invested in them and really care about them. Like, I find myself like laughing out loud. I find myself going like, "Aw," and of course I also find myself going, "Oh my god," because this book is also adult. Nothing too much has happened as far as physicalness right now because of a reason that I won't tell you, but there is just some dirty talk so far in this book, and I won't tell you who it's between or anything, but I'm really loving this book. I also want to mention that I was very nervous because I felt like maybe there would be a cheating trope, but that is taken care of very quickly, which I really appreciated. So right now I'm gonna go and do my errands for the day, and then I will let you guys know once I finish this book because it's definitely getting done today. I love this. I'm really hoping that this ending is just as amazing as the beginning because right now this feels like a 5-star read. Alright guys, it is the next day. Yesterday, after I did all my errands, I took a shower, I got in bed, and I finished this book. Of course, I did end up jinxing myself. The second half of this book was not as great as the first half, and I do have some complaints to talk about. I'm going to try to do this without having any spoilers, so I'm going to do my best. So first, chapter 19 is when we have our first really steamy scene, and I really enjoyed it. I was not expecting this book to be as dirty as it is in terms of the vulgarity of it and I guess more of the words that they say. They definitely say the P word to describe a woman's genitalia. For me, I guess I'm getting used to it because more and more books are using that, but it's still, every time I hear it, I'm like, whoa. But that is featured in this book, and there is just a lot of dirty talk. And then after this scene is when it starts to go a bit downhill. So we have not once, but twice the classic romance trope of something happening where they have problems and break up 2 times. I have never experienced it more than once. So I was very thrown off by it and didn't love it. The first one was super dumb. It was extremely dumb. There's a statement said, basically our main character Macy starts questioning Luke, the love interest, of why he even proposed to his girlfriend to begin with if supposedly he's in love with her. And his answer, she doesn't really love. And so they get into this fight and she takes off. It just felt really dumb. And if that was the only breakup trope that was in this book, I would have been really upset about it because it just felt so worthless. But honestly, it helps build the foundation of the fact that these characters have terrible communication. The second half of the book is where we really find out just how terrible they are about talking to one another when something's wrong. And it would have saved a whole lot of trouble if they were just, they're so open with each other on anything else except for when it comes to their relationship. Then they close down. They talk to other people. Those people don't talk to each other. Come on. So I think the number one thing that I was really upset about in this book was the second breakup trope. So we start to get into this plot line of the fact that Macy hasn't really hammered down a job for post-graduation, and now that she may be pursuing a relationship with Luke, with him going into an NFL career, some people expect her to not have a job and her job be taking care of him, coming to all the games and being his support system, while other people think that she should pursue her dreams because they don't want her to have resentment. So this plays into the part of the second breakup trope, and what Luke does in order to try to make sure that she doesn't end up resenting him is the most fucked up plan I've ever heard of. I'm happy that it played out the way it did, because if it played out any other way, I would have been upset. So basically, he decides to make sure that she doesn't end up resenting him and putting herself first, that he's just going to stop coming home from training. He's going to not talk to her, answer her phone calls, her texts, nothing, for weeks. And his plan is she'll then be like, oh, I need to focus on myself. I'm going to go and take this job and focus on me. And what ends up happening, thankfully, is a full-blown breakup, which is absolutely what should have happened, because that is so messed up. I don't understand why they couldn't have just talked to each other and been like, hey, I got this job opportunity, but also I don't want to leave you. People have told me that I should do this. And then him say, no, I don't want you to put your dreams on hold for my dreams. Let's make this work. I like how it ended up playing out, but it just felt so unnecessary and ridiculous for the amount of lack of communication. Now, I ended up liking this book by the end. It's not a 5-star. I think I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars because for the most part, I enjoyed it. I liked the first half. I liked how it ends, but that middle part between the middle and the ending was just, it was really bad. And there was a lot of things said that I was like, wait, what? For instance, one of the side characters ends up getting pregnant, and our main character makes mention about how she's always been very career focused and driven in order to make her dreams possible after graduation, but now that she's pregnant, she doesn't have that worry on her anymore. Like, she's more focused on the baby and stuff like that. And she makes a comment about, like, maybe that's what she needs to do. Maybe she should get pregnant so that she can stop obsessing about her career. Does that sound... Is that a good reason to have a baby? Like, I was, like, so thrown off by it and was like, what? Like, the whole aspect of, like, marriage and babies in this book is so weird. Like, I just didn't like that aspect of the book at all. Like, that's where a lot of my issues were, is there's terrible communication with our main characters, and then there's just like a lot of weird comments about marriage and children and circumstances around these things that were just, it was very strange. Also, very small reason to complain, but they use the term baby in this book way too much. Like, that is their pet name for each other, is baby, and it's used like every 5 seconds. Like, I was like, I wonder if I should have physically read this, because if I hear her say or him say baby one more time, I may kill someone. I should have never said yesterday that I was loving this book and that it felt like a 5-star book, because I totally jinxed myself, because that second half was just not great. Luckily, the ending made up for it, so it didn't end up being a 3-star or under, but yeah, I really wanted this to be a 5-star. I still really enjoyed it, and I would recommend you pick it up if you're interested. I think I will still check something else out from this author. From the looks of it, it doesn't seem like this is going to be a series, so I don't think we're going to get our other characters' POVs. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but as of right now, I don't see any plans. Like, on Goodreads, it's not listed as a series or anything like that, which it would be cool to get the character that I'm really interested with, and it kind of seemed like they set it up to become a book later on, is another character who is single in the book. And there's like subtle mentions about how like they don't think they would ever be able to find somebody. So it just kind of felt like they're setting it up to be like, next book is gonna be her book and she is gonna find somebody. So that could be a thing. I hope it is. But alright guys, that is everything that I have for you in this vlog. This book was kind of a wild ride. I definitely went into it not knowing what to expect. Really loved it. Then started to kind of not love it, and by the end it was still a good book. So thank you again to Audiobook Worm for sending me the audiobook. It was really fun listening to and reviewing this book, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, keep reading, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!